So there's a bunch of cuts we can get in here. One is a tomahawk, which is a big long bone through here. The other one we've got as well is the prime rib or OP rib that we get through all of these. And then also, taking it off the bone, we're going to get our Scotch fillet. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to chine it. The chining is when we take this backbone away while leaving all the rib bones on there so we can carve through the meat nice and beautifully. So we're just going to saw through, nicking the bones. Then we're just going to come back the other way. Now we're just going to back marks, so we make a nice clean cut all the way down to the bottom where we chined. Slowly go down each bone. And there we go, we've removed our chine bone. So what we're going to do now is we're going to take off a beautiful tomahawk steak from the side here. What we're going to do, just follow the rib bone down. This is our tomahawk steak. So what we're going to do is we're going to remove all this excess meat and fat that will turn into a trim because it's got lots of flavour, and just have the eye of the meat onto the bone. So the great thing about First Light grass-fed Wagyu is that beautiful marbling that's speckled through the Scotch there. So now we're just going to remove all the excess. Trying to keep that bone as white as possible. So you're not going to find these tomahawks every day, so you'll have to specially order these from your local butcher. There we go. There's our tomahawk steak. So what we're going to do now is turn this forerib into an OP or oven prepared rib. Just going to remove some of this excess bone. So this part here is also another great part of the short rib that we can use for slow cooking process. This is the beginning of the prime rib. If we were talking about lamb, this would be the lamb racks. So what we're going to do is we're going to remove the blade bone from this side, take away all this fat, have all the ends Frenched and ready to go for the oven. Just like we did with the venison, we're going to have a nice length away from it, nice and straight. And run the knife one by one down the bones, ready for Frenching. We're just going to remove the cap as well. And now we're going to French the bones. Just running the knife down each one so we can see the whites of the bone. We're carefully going to roll the intercostal meat to the side so we can pop them off. So this intercostal meat is nice and soft and great for going into stew meat. So now we're just going to pop the intercostal meat off. Then with the excess, we're just going to remove This is our First Light grass-fed Wagyu beef prime rib ready to go. Makes me hungry just looking at it. So I'm just going to tie this up for you now. So I'm going to do this nice and slowly so you guys can do this at home. And this is the butcher's secret right here to rolling a roast. And there we go, there's our OP rib, tied, readied and prepared. So we wouldn't normally do this with a prime rib, but we're going to show you where the cube roll or Scotch fillet comes from. If for any reason you've found yourself in this situation, here's a little tip. I'm going to flip these bones over. I'm going to roast that Scotch inside the bones to give it that extra flavour.